Son, I don't understand a single thing of what you've just shown me. Did you actually spend $10,000 on a video game called NTF?
It's called NFT and it's not a video game, Dad.
This looks exactly like those games you played when you were young. What do you mean it's not a video game?
This is the metaverse, Dad. This is where actual people will work and live together in the future.
But why?
Because it's fun.
What's funny about it?
You can do things you can't do in real life.
Like what?
You can own a huge mansion that floats in the sky, or visit outer space, for example.
But it's not real. It's all a game.
It's not a game, it's a simulation.
A game for which you paid $10,000, yes. Are you insane?
I didn't pay $10K for a game, Dad. I paid $10K for a piece of virtual land on the metaverse.
Why would you spend so much money on virtual land? It's not even real.
It can go up in value just like real land.
Why?
Price and demand.
I understand how economics works, son, but why would people want virtual land over real land? It's literally based on nothing, and when the internet is down you can't even reach your land.
Dad, the blockchain will never go down.
Blockchain? What is that?
I think we can better stop this conversation, Dad. It's too complicated. Just know that in a few weeks I'll be rich thanks to the metaverse.
You want to bet on it, big man?
Sure. If I make $2,000 profit when selling my virtual land, you'll give me another $2,000.
Okay. And if you don't make $2,000, you'll give me all the profit from your sale.
Deal.
Deal.
I got to go now, Dad. I have to enter the metaverse.
Good luck. And don't forget to eat. Virtual food doesn't count.
Yes.
He made the deal.
Oui, les JV profit when it losses.
Yes. Now could you please give me back my wife?
Good job. You will see her back tomorrow. First day the metaverse to crash.
Welcome Bitcoin friends, it's Bitcoin Mamo. Today we're going to look at the Bitcoin charts. We'll do some TA, we'll look at various time frames, and we'll also take a look at the market cipher. So let's get straight into it. I want to start here on the 2-week chart. We did just open a new 2-week candle on Monday here, and we can see we did close the previous 2-week candle inside this blue order block. These are supply and demand zones, and they become of interest later on and can act as support or resistance levels. So we are looking for this order block to act as support, and we can see the next 2-week order block is all the way down at 35,000. We can also see doing a fib retracement from the low here at 29k to the 69k high that we did pull back with this wick to the golden pocket area. This is quite often an area where we can get a turnaround. We do also still have a higher low here compared to the previous low. So unless we break this level, closing lower than the bodies of the candles here on this 2-week chart, then we have to assume that we are still in this bull trend. Also have a couple of trend lines drawn here, just connecting the previous top here and this top. And we did break above this level, and we have come back down to possibly turn previous resistance into new support. And we also have this trend line connecting these two lows, and this was quite a big drop here with a massive wick. So I do think this low is significant, and this is a valid trend line. Looking at the VPVR now, the amount of volume traded at certain price levels, we do see this spike in this middle range where we are currently. The biggest spike is around 47.7, and this volume really starts to drop off below 45.6, and then we see the support further down at around 40,000 with a lot of volume traded in this area. We do need to hold this 2-week order block here and try to use this VPVR as a support area also. Looking at the stochastic RSI on the 2-week, we can see it has come pretty much all the way down to a 20 reading. The RSI is still above the 50 level. And we also have this possible hidden bullish divergence with lower lows on the RSI, but higher lows on the price when looking at the candle bodies. To confirm that hidden bullish divergence, we would need to see this 2-week candle at least close above the body of the previous candle, above 59,570. And down to the weekly time frame now, we've got those same trend lines drawn. This is that 2-week order block in yellow, and then we have added these weekly order blocks here from this green candle in the downtrend, this red candle here, and also this recent one with that green candle in the downtrend. We can see these are the only weekly order blocks besides this one higher up here, and the only ones further down are with this green candle here in this downtrend, which is all the way down at 35,000. So would like to see Bitcoin hold this weekly order block. And we can see on this recent close that we had, it did close also inside the weekly order block as well as that 2-week order block. And pulling up the VPVR, we see a similar thing to that 2-week chart. We do see that we are still in this area of support on the VPVR. It's starting to drop off below 46,000. Looking at the weekly EMA ribbon now, have been inside this ribbon for several weeks. The bottom of this ribbon is at around 43.6, and I would like to see Bitcoin hold this ribbon. This is an important area to hold to continue this bullish trend and give us confidence that this bull market will continue. We can see, looking at this bottom trend line connecting the lows, at the bottom of this trend line is at around 45,000. Looking at the stochastic RSI on the weekly, we can see it's completely cooled off here. And in the past, this has been a possible bounce area. We can see we reached these low levels on the pullback after the stock market crash. And also on this pullback here where we pulled back into the EMA ribbon, completely cooled off on the stochastic RSI. And then we did start to make this move higher. There's no guarantees with that. However, we can stay down here for quite a long time. Looking at the RSI, we can see we have a similar possible hidden bullish divergence here. We do have lower lows on the RSI while still making higher lows on the price action. And again, I would like to see us close this weekly candle, engulfing the previous weekly candle. To do that, we'd have to close above 50,000. The top of the weekly EMA ribbon is at around 51,500. I'd like to see a weekly candle open and close above this ribbon to show it has acted as support, and that would give me confidence that we are going to push higher and try to make new all-time highs. And onto the daily chart now, we have those same trend lines drawn. These yellow order blocks are the weekly order blocks, and we've also added in these daily order blocks. We've also added in this trend line, just connecting the overall tops on this downtrend. And this will be the key level to get back above, to turn around this momentum and start pushing higher. Currently, the top of this trend line is at around 50,130, but it is coming down quite quickly here. We also have this channel drawn here, just connecting the highs and the lows on this consolidation pattern. And we can see that this channel does interact with this downward sloping trend line on Christmas Day, and that level would be at around 47,750. Currently we are holding this order block, which is at around 46.1 to 46.4. But if we do close a daily candle below this order block, then I think we'll possibly come down and test this lower order block, and also this white trend line connecting the bottoms. Pulling up the daily EMA ribbon now, we can see the bottom of the ribbon is at 49.6 and the top of the ribbon is at 53,350. So this could possibly act as resistance if we were to come up into this ribbon. You can see this is possibly going to line up with these two trend lines as we approach Christmas Day. Looking at the stochastic RSI, we are at around a 64 reading. And the RSI has been putting in some divergences here. We can see we've made 3 higher lows here while making lower lows on the price action. We are building up some short-term bullish divergence here, and also some possible hidden bullish divergence going all the way back from this 29k low here. From this point, We can see we have lower lows on the RSI and higher lows on the price action. There is also that hidden bullish divergence with this low here and our current lows, and that corresponds to this point on the RSI. So there are signs that we are due for a bounce, and the first step would be to break this channel, and then more importantly this yellow trend line that connects the overall tops here. And looking at the CME Bitcoin Futures chart, we don't have that big wick down like the spot price chart, because that did happen over the weekend. So we don't have this lower trend line here. We do have this trend line connecting this top and this top. And we can see on the futures chart, we haven't tested this trend line yet. This trend line is currently at 44,300, also in line with the 618 level. So perhaps we do need to test this trend line on the futures chart still, and also this golden pocket area before we see that bounce. Have that same white trend line connecting the overall tops, also this channel in orange. The stochastic RSI is quite different on the futures chart here. It's only at a 22 reading, and the RSI does have the similar hidden bullish divergence between this 29k low here and our current price action. Lower lows on the RSI, higher lows on the price, and also between these points, similar to the spot price chart. Looking at the VPVR on the futures chart, we do see the most amount of volume has been traded at 47,850. This is a key area for us to get back above. We're currently at 46,100. We do see a cluster of VPVR support around this area. And looking at the overall price action, we also see the same spike here at around 47,845. So this is a key area, and there has been a lot of trading volume in the past at these areas. And going down to the 4-hour time scale now, everything is drawn the same. And just looking a bit closer, we have that yellow trend line connecting the overall tops, and also this channel drawn in orange. Also added the fib retracement from this low here at 43k to our high at 52k, and we do see that golden pocket area around 46.4 to 46.1, and we've currently been getting bounces off this area each time we have been testing it. We do also see this bottom trend line connecting the overall lows does interact with the bottom of this orange channel around the 22nd of December at around 44,850. And looking at the 4-hour EMA ribbon, we can see on all these attempts it has acted as resistance. We have tried to get above it several times here, but we haven't been able to open and close a candle above this ribbon, and it has pushed us back down several times. So this would be the first area to try to get above this ribbon, but also to break this channel drawn in orange. Looking at the stochastic RSI, we can see it's been capturing these up and down moves here and these rejections on the EMA ribbon. And currently we have had this pullback, and we are looking to cross back to the upside on the 4-hour time frame. And these moves back to the upside generally last about 36 hours. So we could possibly see another attempt here to break this 4-hour EMA ribbon and possibly come up and test this orange trend line off this channel. We do also see some bullish divergence here with higher lows on the RSI and lower lows on the price. If we just draw this with this orange trend line, we can see we have lower lows between these points and higher lows on the RSI. So we do have that bullish divergence building on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. And on these previous pullbacks here, we didn't actually have that divergence until we did make this first lower low here. And let's take a look at market cipher now. This is on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we're coming down with this blue wave, looking for another green dot on the bottom here. And similar to that stochastic RSI, we might have one more attempt to push to the upside. Can see these red dots on the other side have pretty much been getting these tops and these pullbacks. The 6 hour looks quite similar. We are still waiting for a green dot. We did see this money flow try to push back into the green. We got quite close here, and then we did have this push back down. So would also like to see that money flow come back into the green, which we haven't seen since before this big drop from 57 to 42k. And on the 12-hour chart, we have been very choppy here with these green and red dots. This money flow has been deep in the red for quite a long time here. We do also have a yellow cross here, which can mean a manipulation and could possibly lead to a drop. But sometimes it also marks the bottoms, as we can see looking back in the past here when we did get this yellow cross after this long consolidation around that 30k low. It was quite close to the bottom here. We did actually go a little bit lower. We were quite close to a bottom, and then we did start going back higher. The daily time frame now is also quite choppy with these red and green dots. Money flow in red has gotten quite deep here, so that is something in favor of the bears, and we could possibly spend quite a long time consolidating in this area like we did around that 30k area after the drop from 65k. We can see that money flow did stay in the red for quite a while, and we did get quite choppy with these green and red dots. The 2-day chart now, we did get that green dot and it was confirmed. Money flow has come down here, but it hasn't entered into the red yet. And on the 3-day chart, we are looking for that green dot now. On the 3-day chart, we will open a new candle in a few hours. We do still see on the 4-day chart, this blue wave is coming down. The money flow is in the red. And when we were at this 30k consolidation, we did mention we need to look for that weekly green dot. This is on the weekly time frame now. And we saw that that weekly green dot did indicate the turnaround point where we started going higher again. So we could possibly spend longer consolidating here until we get that green dot on the weekly time frame. So I think that's about all. This 4-hour chart will give us a good idea if we can eventually break above this 4-hour EMA ribbon. And also the break of this channel could give us an idea on the direction we're going to move in. So hope you enjoyed that analysis. Thanks for watching. I'm Bitcoin Mamo. I'll see you next time. Bye.